Okay, we've all been there, right? That wet nose coming right towards our face, and we think, aw, kisses. But what if I told you that a single lick from your dog is actually this incredibly complex language, and that most of us are totally missing the real conversation? I mean, this is the go-to interpretation, isn't it? My dog loves me. And look, it's a beautiful thought. We see it as the ultimate slobbery, furry I love you. And you know what? A lot of the time, that's exactly what it is. But is that really the whole story? What if that I love you is just chapter one? And what if that exact same lick, just in a different situation, means something completely different, something we might be missing entirely? Get this, there are at least 7 totally different messages your dog could be sending with that one lick. Yeah, 7. And while some of them are pretty straightforward, others are actually critical signals about stress or even their health that most owners, well, we just completely misread them. So, to really get what's going on, we have to go way back. This isn't just some weird, quirky habit your dog picked up. Nope. This is an ancient language, one that's been passed down for thousands and thousands of years. Let's trace this back, okay? It all starts at the moment of birth. A mother's lick is literally what gets her pups breathing and creates that first bond. Then, as puppies, they lick their mom's face to say hi and show they're not a threat. And where did they get that from? Their wolf ancestors. Young wolves would lick the adults to show respect and, to beg for food. So when your dog licks you today, they're pulling from this incredibly deep primal instinct. All right, so now that we have that history, let's start breaking down the code. We're going to walk through all 7 of these licking languages, from the one you already know to some that might really surprise you. Okay, language number 1. This is the one we all know and love. Pure, simple affection. You're just chilling on the couch, everything's calm, and your dog comes over for a few licks. That's real bonding. And it's not just a feeling, there's actual science happening. That lick releases oxytocin, the love hormone, in both of you. It's literally strengthening your connection. All right, language number 2. Picture this. You just walked in the door after a long day. Your dog goes nuts, right? Rushing to lick your face. That super enthusiastic, almost frantic licking. It's not just, I'm excited. It's an ancient greeting ritual. It's your dog basically saying, you're home, you're the boss, and man, I missed you. It's a direct callback to those wolf pups greeting the pack leader. Language number 3 is, well, it's a little less romantic. Sometimes a lick is just because you taste interesting. Seriously, your skin is like a flavor gold mine for a dog. You've got salt from your sweat, maybe some leftover crumbs from lunch. To a dog, your face is like reading a newspaper, and they're just licking to get all the latest info. Okay, number 4. This one is so important because it's the one we all get wrong. If you're upset or maybe there's an argument happening and your dog comes over and starts licking you, that is not them giving you kisses to make you feel better. It's something called an appeasement gesture. They're actually saying, hey, please calm down. This tension is really freaking me out. They're trying to de-escalate the whole situation. And here's where it gets mind-blowing. Language number 5, the health check. A dog's sense of smell is so powerful they can detect tiny chemical changes happening inside our bodies. So if you notice your dog licking you in a really focused way, maybe they pause and give you a look, they might literally be checking on your health. They could be picking up on shifts in your hormones or something. It's basically a little checkup, doggy style. Number 6 is a reminder that sometimes it's not about you. It's about them. If a dog is feeling anxious or maybe a little overwhelmed, the simple repetitive act of licking actually helps them calm down. It releases calming hormones for them. It's kind of like how a nervous person might bite their nails. Licking you, their safe space, is just their way of trying to soothe themselves. And that brings us to language number 7. And honestly, this one is the deepest of all. It's about pure, absolute trust. Think about it. An animal's face is its most vulnerable spot. For your dog to bring their mouth, their teeth so close to your eyes and your own mouth, that's an incredible act of vulnerability. It's them saying, I trust you completely. I know you won't hurt me. It's maybe the ultimate sign of the bond you share. So, wow, 7 different meanings packed into one simple action. The huge question is, how in the world are you supposed to tell the difference? Well, it all boils down to one simple word: context. Okay, let's turn all this knowledge into action. We're going to get practical now. It's about learning to read the whole picture. Not just the lick, but your dog's body language, what's going on around you. This is how you go from just owning a dog to actually understanding them. So here are some key red flags to watch for. First, any sudden obsessive change. If your dog wasn't a big licker and now they can't stop, that's a sign. Second, look for frantic licking combined with anxiety signals, ears pulled back, a low tail. Third, if they are laser focused on one specific spot on your skin again and again. And fourth, if the licking only seems to happen when things are tense, that's a huge sign of stress, not love. Let's just circle back to that term for a second. Appeasement gesture. It is so important to get this right. When your dog is doing this, they are actively trying to de-escalate what they see as a threat. And once you understand that, your reaction changes from, oh, how sweet, to, okay, wait, what's making my dog so uncomfortable right now? All right, I want to share something with you now that just perfectly shows how unbelievable this can be, especially when we're talking about that health assessment lick we mentioned earlier. I mean, we're going way beyond just simple communication now. This is a lick that could literally be a diagnosis. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but I promise you it is 100% real. So there's this incredible true story. A woman's dog started obsessively licking one tiny spot on her arm. Just wouldn't stop. She couldn't get the dog to leave it alone. So she finally goes to the doctor just to check it out. And they found early-stage skin cancer right there. It was caught in time, all because her dog sounded the alarm. And this isn't some one-in-a-million fluke. Not at all. Scientific studies have shown that some trained dogs can sniff out certain cancers with more than 90% accuracy. Think about that. Their nose is a high-tech medical instrument, and every lick is a little scan. So let's bring this all home. We started with what we thought was just a simple kiss, right? But it turns out it's a whole language. It can be a greeting, a question, a plea for comfort, a warning sign, and even the deepest expression of trust. So the next time that wet nose comes towards your face, just for a second, pause. Don't just react. Look at the whole picture. What was happening a moment ago? How is their body language? Because they're not just being a dog. They are talking to you in the clearest way they possibly can. Your dog is trying to tell you something important. So the only real question left is, now that you're starting to learn the language, are you listening?